Hi everybody, this is Nessie Ruiz and I'm here. I've got my sponsor, TNS Mastermind Laura Parrish with me. We've got Will Pena as well, also a member of Team No Sleep. And we've got Jennifer who's trying to get her webcam to turn on, so she'll probably join us in just a minute. We just thought, we were so excited last night. I don't know if some of you were at the Empower Hour last night. It's our official Monday night call for the company, and we've got thousands of people tuning in to listen to that. And David Wood, who's one of the owners of the company, did the call last night, and it was an amazing, inspirational call. And we were all very excited because he decided to talk about our sponsor, who's right here, Laura Parrish, because she's been having tons of success, and she's really an internet newbie compared to people who've been in the industry for years. She's been having a lot of success, and so he really pointed her out and talked about her and her up and coming more success. And so we were very excited, and so we decided we'd probably just jump on a hangout and talk to you guys a little bit about Empower, talk to you guys about our team, about the great stuff that's going on here, and just get stuff going with that. So Laura, I'd love to actually hear maybe a little bit about your I don't know how you felt last night, and talk a little bit about what you did to get where you are so quickly, in just a matter of months and weeks really to get to where you're going. And if you could talk about that, I think that'd be a great place to start.
Can you guys hear me? I don't know that you can hear me because it says that my microphone is muted.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay, because it says that I'm muted. Okay, so I'm sorry. I was looking at that. What did you want me to talk about again? I was trying to figure out.
That's okay. I thought maybe you could start with, just because since last night's events were so exciting, if you could talk a little bit about how you got to where you are so quickly, and maybe a little bit about how you felt, having David would acknowledge you like that. And I know you've been getting a lot of attention from a lot of the empowered leaders and stuff, so just something along those lines would be great.
Okay, well, just a short background. I actually started internet marketing for the first time ever on May 4th of 2012 in another business, not Empower Network. And then 20 days later was May 24th, and that's when I said, okay, I'm going to jump into this Empower thing. And I jumped on board, and I really just did it part-time. I wasn't promoting it on the front end. I was doing the other little thing, and I did that, through September, okay, and somehow, some way, just doing Empower Network part-time, I ended up in the top 150 at the conference in September in San Diego. But I went up to David Sharp at the conference, and I introduced myself, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, and everybody knows that David Sharp is a recovering alcoholic, recovering drug addict, and I'm also a recovering alcoholic. I'm actually celebrating 2 years here on the 20th of March of sobriety. So that's awesome. But I just went up to him and I said, hey, we have a lot in common. I just want to let you know, you're an inspiration, and I'm going to be on stage in Austin, Texas, and I'm going to have my team with me, so watch out for Team No Sleep. I'm going to have a banner like the other leaders have a banner. And he was like, wow, that's cool. He was like, with the passion that you seem to have, that's doable. And, that was what I thought was it, right? Well, the next day at the conference, he was having the leaders, like Tony Rush and Lawrence Ham were talking, and before he called up the next leader, he said, I want to take a break and talk to someone who really stood out to me yesterday and touched me and whatever. So he walked off stage and started to walk towards me, and both Will and Nessie on this call right now were there when that happened, and I was just like, I know he's not coming to me, like, like what? And he did, and I was like, me? And he's like, stand up, So anyway, it was really great, and he just asked me to set my intentions, in front of the 3,000 person audience, which I did, and they flipped out their cameras and got it on camera for me, which is
we were like, oh my goodness.
They're like, that's our sponsor, I just said in front of everybody the same thing that I had told him the day before, which was, I want to be on the stage, I want to be in the top 35, I want to have a banner, this is it. And, he was like, you've got team here with you now. And I was like, yeah, and I only had, 3 or 4 people with me, but still I had team, and I did what I could. And they rolled out the master's program, and I bought that immediately, went all in, and my team bought that and went all in, and it was great. But I got to tell you guys, everything I'd done up until then was part-time, and then that was it. Once you go to a conference, like, it's over. Like, that's it, because the bottom line is, truth be told, you can do this in here, and you can do this little thing here, and you can do this little business here and that little business there, and you can do them all a little bit, and you can make a little bit of money in all of them. Okay, there's lots of work at home opportunities that are real, that are legit, not not just Empower, but you can work a little bit in all of them and make decent money at all of them, or you could just say to hell with the rest, go 110% balls to the wall Empower Network, and you can make a lot of money. And that's what I decided I wanted to do in October. So October, I had a great month. November, December, I was on stage in January. Everything that I said was going to happen came to fruition, because like the Daves say, you can speak things into existence. And, it happened. I was there. I was on stage. It was great. And, it was great. And, last night when he mentioned me on the call, it was really strange. I was sitting here at my desk and I was listening, and my husband was in the kitchen with my daughter doing homework, and I screamed, I was like, ah! I was like, David Wood just said my name, on the call, and, I took the headphones in there, and my husband and I listened together, and just an emotional roller coaster. And then I started the crying, and then at the end of the call, he said, that this team could be bigger than Empower Network itself. And,
we're all crying, though. I mean,
blowing up. Yeah, I was blowing up, and my whole team. Okay, well, you gotta understand. Ever since I hit the leaderboard, okay, and I made it up to #1 in total signups in the last 7 days, and then I started in the last 30 days. I started to migrate to that board, and soon I'll be migrating to the all-time board, which is great. But as soon as I started to hit the main board, the last 7 days, leaders started hitting me up. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Right? And David Wood hit me up, and he's like, "Hey, I want to call you." And I was like, "Whoa, how cool is that?" Right? But when he called me out last night, and the team, it just really hit home for me that this is real, guys. This is real. Never 9 months ago, never in my life would I have dreamed that I would be where I'm at right now. I never knew this was going to be like, because when you don't know, what is it they say? When you don't know something, right?
You don't know what you don't know.
Right. You don't know what you don't know. And, people join these things. I join these things. Oh, it's got to be a scam, right? But it's not, okay? This has completely changed my life. And what I tell my team all the time, that it's so great that they are on this journey with me. And I just broke down, and they were broke down, and they said, you got to get on a call right now, live stream. We want to see you. We want to go through this with you. And I did. I got on a call last night immediately after the Empower Hour, and it was on fire.
You were on fire. You were totally, and we were all bawling with you, and we were all like, oh my God. We were blowing up our Facebook group. It was crazy. I mean, I think we were all so excited, because we've seen you, I've known you since your second month being online. I wasn't under you for that at that time, but because I wasn't, I wasn't doing all this yet, but I've seen you grow. I think when I met you, you were making $2,000 a month working full time, and you just sort of, went up and up and up. And as soon as you started doing Empower Network and focusing, you jumped to $8,000 a month. And next thing you know, I mean, you made what, 10 grand last week, almost 7 grand already this week, maybe more. So it's crazy. I mean, I'm really proud of you, as a person, just watching you grow. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I look up to you because you started before me, and I say, okay, if Laura's at 2,000, I'm going to get to 2,000. If Laura's at 8,000, I'm going to get to 8,000. So I sort of set my goals by you, and I'm like, heck no, I'm not going to be left behind. I'm like, okay, I'm going to step up my game. So, you and I had that talk this morning, and I was like, okay, what can I do today? While I'm at work anyway, what can I do to get my people going, get my people fired up? So, and here we are. But it's really amazing, and I think that's great because you keep everybody motivated, with your, not just your success, because it's not all about Laura Parrish. It's about the team, and you put so much into the team, and we all get so much attention from you in the group, and we all help each other too, but you're there all the time for us. And I think that's something that's really amazing. I'm sure everybody on here can totally attest to that as well. So
yeah, well, David Wood has said before, and this is completely true, because there really is a fine line. You can't hold everybody's hand. You can't babysit. You can't hold everybody's hand. If you do that, then you're strangling your own business. Okay, so for those of you out there, whoever's out there watching or listening, I don't hold hands. Okay, but I do take care of my team because I recognize that if it weren't for this team, there would be no Laura Parrish. Okay, and I think a lot of, I can attribute a lot of my success to the fact that I understand where I came from, and I understand that it takes, us as a unit to edify and build each other up, and for this team to grow. That I want to take this team with me. That it's not just about me, like Nessie said, and that's just so important. Because a lot of these at-home businesses you see, the only people you see making money are the people at the top. Like, only Laura Parrish is making money, or only Tony Rush is making money, or only Aaron Rashkin's making money. And you see all the leaders making money, but you're like, well, why should I join your team if you're the only one making money? But the bottom line is, and I do it on my Patriots all the time, guys, and I write on them, on the computer. You guys see that. When they pass me up sales, and I say, look, my team is massively producing too. My team is making money too. And that's what it's all about. Yeah, it's great to get paid, but the bottom line for me is my vision is to build an empire within Empower Network. And in doing that, I see how I have had just a little piece of helping someone else change their life. And that is the real reward in all of this, okay? The money's great, yeah, but really, I want people to have what I have, because I saw what David Wood and David Sharp created. They have what I want, so I'm going to do what they do. And I want people to have what I have, so my people do what I do. And that's really great. And Aaron Rashkin said one time, and I live by this too, if you forget where you came from, you're headed right back to it.
I love that.
Best believe I won't forget where I came from. I will always stay in contact with my group to the best of my ability. As I become scared, I'll become more and more scarce, of course, and more people will want my attention. I understand that, but I still have to stick true to who I am, because I really believe that has been just a dominating force. My passion for this business and for the people in this business to the success that I've had. So,
and I think it's what's great is it's not just you two. It's kind of the vision of the company. We all sort of share that vision. You're taking care of your people. David Wood called you. When does the CEO of a company, when does the owner of a company call, somebody who's just basically getting promoted, somebody who's new? That doesn't happen very much. And you take care of your team, he's taking care of you. He says, look, Laura is, she's doing what she said she's going to do. She's producing. She's doing, everything within her power. Let me give her a call and see if I can give her some tips. I think that's amazing. And I think that speaks volumes for the company as a whole, And even within our team, we've got leaders that are up and coming as well. And so as you become more scarce, there's still, a ton of us to pick up the slack. I help, Will helps, Jennifer helps, Donna, everybody that's on here. Tries to help as well. We've got Jill. Jill's going to try to jump on here as well. She's on her way home. She's helping, with people with their blogging and all kinds of stuff. So, it's not just one person that has to carry everything. We've got other people in the team as well that are willing to help and really get things going. And it's just, that's the vision of the company, from the top all the way down to the bottom.
Right.
And I think that's amazing.
Yeah. It is. I mean, it really is. Jennifer, welcome to the call. If you don't mind if I could hop over and ask Jennifer a question. How are you tonight?
Good. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
So, Jennifer, how long have you been on my team?
Probably not even a month yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been working together with our previous marketing program, but on this team, probably just under a month. It's been amazing.
Right. So did you jump right in and did you buy up to the 15K and get the training, or?
I did. I went full bore. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Okay. And like how many signups are you averaging a day, or what's the most you've had in a day? Like how is that going for you, or upgrades even?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I have gotten more signups than ever before. I just had I'm averaging about 2 signups a day, and today I had 2 signups and an inner circle upgrade. I mean, I couldn't believe it, and there's no way I could have done this before, because I struggled on my own before I was in your team, you know that, and I've had more signups in less than a month than I did in 7 months of doing this before, struggling. So it's unbelievable, and I tell everybody, I was talking to a woman today, and I said, this is the key. The key is that we are real. We're all real people from all different walks of life, but none of us would be as successful if we didn't have this amazing support and training. And I am firsthand, I can tell everybody that's listening that I struggled. I really did. And what I've done in the last 2 weeks is mind-blowing. I mean, I'm so pumped up, so excited. And, I mean, I haven't slept. You can probably tell, too. That's why we're all team no sleep. I mean, because I was just saying to my stepdaughter, I'm up till 3 in the morning, but I love it. I love it because, there's no place else I'd rather be, and it is so worth it. And one of the things, Laura, you said, that has really struck a chord with me, and I relay this to my people that are interested. I say, you know what, I'm never ever going to tell you, and to quote Laura, I'm never going to tell you that this is going to be easy. It's work, but like Laura says, it's worth it. So that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Great, awesome. What about you, Will? How are you doing?
I am doing well. First of all, I just, want to say I too, I'm very, very proud of what Laura has done. I started back with her, gosh, she started in May. I think I was probably in June, Laura, maybe?
Yeah, you're right behind me.
After you did. And just to see what you've done, and you've done exactly what you told me you were going to do, which is awesome. Simply awesome. I mean, you told me, at one point this is what you're going to do, this is where you're going to be at such and such a point. And not only have you gotten there, but you've exceeded it. And I just, for me, I just, as a friend and a partner, just very proud of you. So I want to put that out there first.
Appreciate it.
As far as me, we all know I'm kind of in a different place right now. I am just now starting to get back into Empower Network.
Can't stay away, huh? It's like the carrot dangling. Will come back.
Yeah.
We're here.
And it's not that. And everybody in this business, or at least most people in this business, I believe go through something like this. It's just having the support of this awesome team of my leader, my friends, my teammates, has been great. They keep me going. They, check on me. They understand. I talk to them, and I think that's one of the things that I'm most grateful for is this great team that we have. Because we, as Laura said, we try and edify each other. Nobody puts anybody else down at any time. We're all here to help. I get just as excited when I see Nessie succeeding. As when I see Laura, my successes. Again, we're all one family. Somebody, I don't remember who it was, sent me a message the other day, thanking me for some of my YouTube trainings that I put in our group. Mm-hmm. And basically I've just told them, we're family, that we're here to help each other. And just, I'm back.
Awesome.
And with that said, oh, there's a little one. Hello. Another great thing, that is just so awesome about this team, and I just have to give the team mega props for it, because I did start in internet marketing 20 days before I started in Power Network, so a really long time, right? Being part of other groups, and I'm sure any of you guys on this panel here can attest if you're a part of any other groups. I don't think there's any group out there that's quite like #TNS, because I can tell you in the 9.5 months that I've been doing this and have our groups and stuff, I have never, ever, 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 not one single time, seen any negativity, seen any drama on the walls, anything like that. We all function as adults and we all operate our own business. But another thing that's great that I love about this team is we're always looking out for each other. If somebody sends me a friend request and they want information on, the business, and I see that they're friends with someone else who's also a marketer, I don't accept their friend request. I hit that person up and I say, hey, are you working with this person? And they say, yeah. I say, okay, cool. And I send them back to it. So we really take care of each other. In a business that can be so cutthroat and everybody's out for their own, this team isn't about that. We all work together because we want to see each other succeed. And that's a really rare thing, I think, in this business. I think that doesn't happen very often. So I'm just blessed and fortunate, to be a part of it all. I mean, I don't know how much more to say about it than that. It's surreal, and I'm just still trying to get used to where I'm at and where I'm being propelled to and where I'm propelling this team to. But man, I couldn't ask for anybody better to do it with. I can tell you that right now.
I think, like-minded people attract like-minded people. So, I think we all sort of, we don't really approach people like salespeople, like marketers. We're just real people, and we like to talk to people like real people. And I think that people respond to that. They respond to being befriended, and working together. And it's true. We all work together so well, and I think that's great. So.
Yeah. If
I don't know if Mary Beth is on here. She doesn't have a webcam. I'm not sure if she's got a microphone, but if she does, she's welcome. You're welcome to join in if you like. But that's great. You know, I wonder if we should talk a little bit about our special training. I mean, not to give it away or anything, but you know, I mean, okay, let's just be honest, okay? The Empower Network training is amazing. Okay, it's amazing. You know, I've got all the products. Will's got all the products. Jen, you're up to the 15K. I think you're working on the masters, right? You're working on getting up there.
I'm sorry, I had to mute my microphone. My son's having a meltdown. But yeah, I'm about to go. I'm about to go all in.
Yeah.
Yay!
So,
Awesome.
yay. Her first month, and Mary Beth, who's obviously not got a microphone, she's up to the 15K at least too, right? So we've all got this, and what's great is the 15K formula. Well, I guess we should start at the beginning because there's a couple people who maybe don't know exactly what Empower is and
That's
what
what I was going to say. Can we talk about, because a lot of people, we do these hangouts, we talk about how great it is and how we love each other and edify each other and we're family, then we get off the call and they're like, I still don't understand what you do. Like, can you please tell us what you do? So let's talk about that before we talk about any special training.
That's my dog.
Do you want to do that or do you want me to do that?
No, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, you want me to go for it? Okay.
Let me get my
So there's like so many different ways that you can look at Empower Network. It's not even funny. And I said this a few weeks ago that maybe I'm doing this all wrong and backwards because really to me Empower Network is life-changing. To me, Empower Network is a movement, is a community, is a camaraderie of people who edify and believe in one another until you can believe in yourselves to live the dreams and the life that you want to have. Okay, to me, that's really what Empower Network is for me, okay? But to be technical and about the products, because people say, well, what are you selling? Or is there any product? You know, is this a Ponzi scheme? Because there's really no product, okay? Absolutely there's a product. So let me give you this analogy, right? So let's say people go to college, right? People go to college to learn a skill or a trade that they can do for the rest of their lives, like be a doctor or be a lawyer or whatever, right? Everybody understands that. So they pay a college, you know, $40,000, $60,000, $80,000, right? To go to school to learn things. It's education. Empower Network is the same thing, okay, guys? The base level of Empower Network is a blogging platform that's built for you, okay? So you don't have to do all the technical stuff and all that. All you got to do is plug in your little, type whatever you want to type. You can blog about whatever you want, okay? And then at the end of your blog, you know, you segue and you attach, hey, if you want to do what I do and write blogs, you know, come click here and come join my team, you know, and sign up for Empower Network. So it's very easy. So it's a blogging platform at the base level, but the other levels that we talk about purchasing it's education, okay, to be a marketer. And a lot of people will say, well, I'm not a marketer, so why do I need to buy education to be a marketer? And my response to that is, well, you want to work from home, right? Yeah, well, if you want to work from home, you have to learn how to be a marketer because that's what working from home is. It's marketing, okay? So that's really what Empower Network is, you know, and the 8 core commitments, you know, you're supposed to blog every day. Everybody knows that I'm not like the biggest on the blogging thing, okay, but still, I have written blogs. And it's really all about marketing. But again, to me, this has been life-changing. It's almost like a lifestyle, like a way to live, okay? You know, they're like, and I've said to you guys, you know, that I'm in recovery and I've been through 12-step programs and so on and so forth. It's the same type of thing, you know, it's the same philosophy. This is a lifestyle, living the way you want to live, changing your mind in the way that you think and believing in yourself and not believing in the things that we were taught to believe, which are, you know, you're born, you go to elementary school, middle school, high school. If you want to do anything good with your life, you have to go to college, right? You go to college, you spend the next 40 years of your life working a job you most likely hate to pay off that college. And then when you retire with a little bit of a pension. You hope to have some money to put your own kids through school, and then you die and you leave your family what? That's what our brains are trained to think as normal, right? But Empower Network teaches you it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, it's really surreal when you have a conversation with your spouse about retiring, which I've had to have, okay, because that's going to happen, okay? You can work really hard for 6 months, a year, whatever your motivation level is, and make a lot of money really quick with Empower Network because it's residual income, and retire. So really, this is a lifestyle. And, you know, Dave and Dave have what I want, so I'm going to do what they do. If I have what you want, you need to do what I do. Okay, if Nessie has what you want, you need to do what Nessie does. You need to look to the people that you respect, that you believe in, that you trust as your leaders, and do what they do. And man, Dave Wood drove that home last night, okay? We don't tell you guys this to pat our pockets. Okay, I don't tell you that to pat my pockets. I can tell you that right now. I want you guys to have what I have because it has changed my life completely. Okay, so to me, that's what Empower Network is, a blogging platform, marketing training at the higher levels, but really I could flip the script and say on the front end of it, it's a movement, it's a community, it's a way to be a part of something that's bigger than who you are, that will change your life and the way you look at your life and the way you live your dreams and raise your family forever. And then it's marketing and blogging. Okay, so that's the way I look at Empower Network. So if anybody else wants to jump in there with how they feel about Empower Network, about what it really is, before we talk about the training, by all means.
I think you nailed that. I mean, and
Yes, you did.
I want to jump. I'll add one small thing, okay? Because I had a very extensive higher education. I have a master's degree. You know, I went to 2 of the top schools in the world. You know, for art, for photography, which is what I do. I am a college teacher at the moment, and will be for another week. And then I'm
working in Empower Network full time, guys.
Yes, I am. I gave notice. And you know, I'm probably always going to be a teacher because it's something that I love to do. But I wasn't happy where I was working, and so, you know, I've just at the point where the day job, the teaching job, is getting in the way of my marketing, which is where I'm making.
I hate it when that happens.
And this makes me happy. This makes me happy. You know, this makes me happy every time I'm on a call. Every time I listen to, you know, my inner circles training. Every time I talk to my teammates. When I help someone else make their first sale, that makes me happy. My job is to make other people happy. So you know, but as a college teacher, I have to say I'm not knocking education. We're not knocking education because education is valuable. And on top of that, being a college teacher, I can tell you that the training in Empower Network is superb. It's not some bullshit training. I'm sorry, some BS training.
You're badass. Say what you want.
It is badass. Okay. It is some badass training. It's not some stuff we just whip together. The stuff that you're paying for is worth more. Okay? It's worth more than you're paying for. Okay? This is coming from a college teacher. Okay? Who, I mean, like I said, $300,000 education here as well for my degree. So I know what good education looks like. Okay, that is good education. And you know, and I'm gonna segue into this about our team a little bit. But we've got, you know, there's a bunch of products in Empower Network. I've got a big blog about it that talks about every single product, what's in it. The things in those products were created by the leaders in Empower Network, by people making $50,000 a month. To I think the highest grossing right now is $100,000 a month, and those are the people who are teaching you, and all of them do something different, and they each have their own little module, their own little, you know, 2 to 6 hour lesson on how to do what they do. So what you're buying is, you know, it's a perfect education. It's everything you need to know about marketing, and it's gonna save you what would cost you on your own thousands of dollars to learn and years of mistakes, because you're taking the top 10 in the Empower Network are people with experience, people with 5, 6, 10 years of experience. A couple people maybe a little less than that, but you know, even David Wood's got 10 plus years of experience. That's what you're getting. You're getting a shortcut to being successful.
Yeah, because the people who have provided this training within the Empower Network products have gone before us. They've done the trudging of the road, okay? They've done the digging and the, you know, over and over and kicking the can around and trying to figure it out, okay? They went before us and have created all this valuable information so that we don't have to. I mean, guys, look at me. I've been doing this for 9.5 months, never marketed a day before in my life, have no list, came to the game as a stay-at-home mom, clueless, know how to work a computer and Facebook, that's about it, okay? But not a marketer, no nothing, okay? And I learned what I learned through the products, okay? And so I didn't have to do what they did. I didn't have to trudge the road for 10 years, you know, and struggle to get to where I got to, okay? I got where I got to really quick because of these products, okay? So that's what Nessie's talking about.
Yeah, totally. Jill's here. I want to say hi to Jill. Jill is one of the biggest bloggers on our team. And, she's fantastic.
Awesome.
She's awesome. She does a lot of the basic blogging training because we've got, besides the Empower Network the Empower Network training, we've got training for our own team, and you know, we all like to sort of contribute whatever we can to help our newbies, you know, to help anyone on our team. And Jill does a series of great blogging training, basic blogging training for our newbies. So we love her to pieces.
Yes.
Thanks, Nessie.
You're welcome.
Sorry I'm late. I had an appointment that was like clear on the other side of town. I didn't realize how far away it was 50 miles away.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's okay.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the call.
Thanks, Laura.
Laura?
Yes?
I think it's time. A little bit.
Oh, hold on. You said you were going to segue into something. So
I'm segueing into.
Oh, but that's not a segue. That was just like a break, and okay, Laura, do what?
Well, I think I got distracted because Jill came in and I got excited. But we were talking about the training in Empower Network. We talked about, you know, right now I just said, you know, we add a little extra training like Jill's blogging training. But I want to talk about how you made your money. We're not gonna not how you did it exactly, but you know, a lot of the people who make big money, you know, most people start off with free advertising and they make some money. When they make some money, they reinvest that into paid advertisement, and then they get that rolling and make the big money there. You're different because you've made all your money through free advertising. And I think that that's something really amazing. And I guess I want to talk a little bit because not only do you make your money a certain way, you've got this method that you developed yourself, but you're willing to teach it to anyone on our team who is serious about the business, right? So you've got this, you give it to anyone who's bought up to the 15K and bought their tickets to Chicago. And the reason we do that is because this is really good stuff, okay? And we don't want to give it to just anyone. We want to give it to people who are serious. And when people make a commitment of, you know, $1,000+ and buy their tickets and do all that, we know that they're serious, right? Then we know that they're going to take our method and use it properly. So I guess I just want to, I guess maybe I shouldn't have said that much, but if you want to talk about that a little bit.
You know, whatever. Well, another thing before I talk about that, another thing that I want to say very clearly about Empower Network, when we were talking about what is Empower Network, this is not sales, guys, okay? It's not sales. I'm not a salesperson. I don't sell people. People are like, what do you do? I'm like, okay, you blog and you market. And they're like, okay, so what else do you do? Well, I market and say I work at home and I answer questions, like the questions you ask me. And that's really it. That's all I do. I drive traffic to Empower Network because guess what? The Daves are geniuses. They do the selling for us. You don't have to sell anything. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to say. So as far as the training, you know, and here's the thing. A lot of people will say to me, they're like, well, Laura, why don't you give the training to your whole team? You know, why don't you just give it to everybody who joins? Because if you really want everybody to be successful, you would tell them what you're doing, right? Well, here's something you got to understand. This is kind of like a good analogy would be if you were working a job outside the home. Okay, so let me analogize that. Okay, so if you're working a job outside the home, before you get a promotion or a raise, you have to prove yourself, right? You have to show that you have good work ethics and you're at a certain level, you know, and that you're worth, okay, that you're worth whatever bonus or raise that you're going to be given or promotion you're going to be given. And this is the same type of deal, okay, guys? Because what I do, yes, it's completely free, all right? But what I do, and for those of you who are on this call, you've all had it, so you know what I'm getting ready to say. And I always say this before I do my elite Facebook mastery training. I say, after this call is over, you'll understand why I don't give it away to everybody. And the bottom line is it's so technical and so detail-oriented, okay? You can't just give this to people who walk in the door at the $25 level, because as someone who walks in the door at the $25 level, a lot of people are saying, well, you know, I'm just going to sign up at the $25 level because I want to see if it works, which means they're already setting themselves up to fail, okay? You're already setting yourselves up to fail when you think like that, okay? This isn't something I give to somebody who signs up at the $25 level who 2 days later is going to quit, okay? Because not only if you don't follow exactly the instructions that I give you on how to do what I do systematically, if you screw it up, it doesn't just screw it up for you. It screws it up for everybody else who's trying to do it right, you know? And I think everybody can understand that, okay? Because, like, it's kind of like kids in school, you know, elementary school, when, you know, one kid messes up, it kind of messes it up for everybody. It's the same type of thing, because we all know Craigslist is a beast, right? Well, Facebook's a beast too. Facebook is really a beast, and you have to be very careful. Knock on wood, I have never, not one time, been put in Facebook jail. I've never got blocked from messaging. I've never got blocked from friend requests. I've never gotten kicked off. You know, but there's a reason for that, okay? Because I learned Facebook inside and out and how to function on Facebook in a successful manner and market Facebook in a successful manner that it's nonstop. I have leads coming to me non-stop. And anyone on this call will tell you when they function Facebook the way that I train them to function Facebook consistently every day are getting 40, 60, 80, 100 leads per day, every day for free. Okay. You know, and as far as the, you know, making money and putting 20% back in, I completely agree that you should. I've got a lot of money saved up, right? Because I'm working for free. So it's not like I've, you know, reinvested it. However, I do have some things that I am going to be investing in marketing wise offline here in the next month after the Chicago conference. I think is probably when that's going to happen. But I definitely have the money set aside to invest in some marketing. But yeah, it's just amazing, you know. And the funny thing is, when I first started this training, and here's something about Empower Network. Before I started Empower Network, I didn't think that Laura Parrish really had anything to offer anybody, okay? I mean, I knew I was a good mom, and I knew I was a good wife, okay? And I knew I had a heart of gold, and I would do anything for anybody and give you the shirt off my back. But I didn't really think that I had anything useful up here to offer anybody, okay? So then I joined Empower Network, and everything changed for me, and I learned that what I somehow systematically just trial and error created for myself and learned how to do just consistently that worked for me, I'm like, man, this has got some value. So what I did, how I started was I was like, well, I'm going to give it to my team at the Costa Rica level. So really, I originally started giving this away at the Costa Rica level, you know, which is only $500. And then, you know, after about 7 people had it, all 7 of those people said to me, I would have paid more than $1,000 for that. Jennifer, you were one of the first people that said that to me. I would have paid more than $1,000 for that. And I was like, man, I should be selling this for $1,000, right? So like, I thought about it, and I was gonna up it. Like December 1st, I was gonna up it, and then I said, you know, that's kind of a crummy thing to do right before Christmas. So I said, well, I'm gonna do it. Well, I wanted to give everybody, I wanted to up it in time to give everybody to make the money right back, so that they wouldn't be struggling for Christmas, right? So because I have a good heart like that, so I upped it November 1st and said, okay, you got to be in 15K to get this training, and that was November 1st, right? So then I gave it away, and I'm telling you, people who've had it now, and every time I do one, I tell everybody who's already had it, you can come back for refreshers, and everybody comes back for refreshers and tells me they learn something new every time they come back to it, because I'm always adding stuff, right? But I'm telling you, people have now been telling me, you should give this away at the master's level, okay? People are telling me that I should be giving this away at the master's level, that it is worth more than $3,500. And, you know, I'm still struggling with that internally because, I mean, I may be making decent money, guys, but still, I'm frugal. You know, I'm like Lawrence Tam. He's a frugal Asian until his accountant said, hey, you got to go buy 2 cars like right now. I'm frugal too, you know. I mean, I might have some money. I might have success and some money, but still, like $3,500 is a lot of money to shell out for anybody. Anybody, okay? And I understand that, and that goes back to me and my brain and thinking, you know, I'm not going to forget where I came from, because had I walked into this, you know, with nothing and someone had this great training for $3,500, I wouldn't have been able to buy it. You know what I mean? Beg, borrow, still, I would have tried, you know, to get it. But so I haven't quite grasped that. But after speaking with David Wood, you know, he called me last Tuesday, a week ago today, and I messaged him on Facebook too, and you know, just to confirm. And I was like, hey, you know, there's a lot of people who want this training. There's a lot of people who need this training. Okay, this isn't about me trying to sell it extracurricular to pad my pockets. There's a lot of people who really genuinely want to succeed and really could if they had this training. You know, is this something that I should be selling outside of my team? And he said, no, keep it exclusive for now. So, you know, that's what we're doing. We're keeping it exclusive. And, you know, David Wood, I don't know if you're out there listening, but if you are, I don't know what's going on this, like, magnificent, awesome brain of yours, but I kind of, like, had something going on in my little brain over here, and I talked to my team about it today, which is, you know, I do these trainings live, and I never record them, ever, 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 because the information is just too valuable to be floating out there on the internet for somebody to try to hack or get a hold of, right? And everybody has to sign NDAs, but what I thought about in my little brain over here was, you know, if I did like a, kind of like the Fast Start training has 8 videos, you know, to get you through, instead of me doing a 3-hour training, you know, once a week or whenever, you know, people buy into it, okay, why don't I just do a training like that and break it down into like 8 sections, so it's not like 3 hours straight, and then sell it as a product, you know, on those levels like that. So, you know, that was just a thought in my head, and I said to my team, I said, you know, David Wood might already be thinking that. He just hasn't told me about it yet. Okay, so maybe I got some, thing going on here between me and David. I don't know. But anyway, maybe. I mean, because he said to keep it exclusive to my team, and I'm going to keep it exclusive to my team because he's my leader and he's the person I'm going to follow. I listen. There's no need to reinvent the wheel, okay? Because what he does works. So I'm gonna listen to him. So that's a little bit about the training. I mean, it's great. I mean, like I said, anybody can attest. I mean, depending on how much you work it, and it's all up to you. It's your own business. 40, 60, 80, 100 leads a day. People who've only been in 2 months, a month, getting 3 signups a day. I mean, a lot of people don't get 3 signups ever. I mean, only, 97% of marketers fail because of distraction. Is that what it is? And lack of support, I think the statistic is. I'm not sure. But this is it, guys. This is hot. And, I've been telling my team, this is it. This is hot. And you guys see me post all over Facebook all day long. Join my team, join my team. It's not about me patting my pockets. It's about this really is it. And the people who are on this team right now have watched my transformation, okay, and are going through it with me. And, the train's leaving the station. I mean, you got a couple choices, really. You can get on and come with, or you can just sit back and say, man, damn, I missed that train. You know what I mean? And it's really your decision on what you want to do, but this is life-changing stuff, and for David Wood to recognize that on an Empower Hour call out of 100,000 people, that's real, folks. That's real. So that's pretty much it, I guess, for the training, unless you wanted me to say something else, Nessie.
No, I think that's great. I see Laura Parrish with her own training in Empower Network, one of the next products, and I see Laura Parrish on Empower Hour having her own Empower Hour session. And I see Laura Parrish on stage with like a gigantuous check. And a bunch of her team members standing next to her. So there's my prediction.
Right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. I think we covered a lot of stuff. Do you guys have anything? Jill, you just kind of jumped on. Anything you want to talk about, or anything you've been thinking about?
Well, I don't know what you covered in the beginning, but I'm sorry.
Jill, can you do us a favor, because we didn't really talk about blogging a lot, but you were like the queen blogger, so can you really tell people the importance of blogging for the longevity, for the long haul of it? Because I'm not that, that's like, I'm like the anti-blogger, right? I mean, I don't have anything against it, but to me it's time consuming out of other markets. So, but Jill has very valid points on, just the reasons, and of course following the 8 core commitments of blogging every day, but really blogging helps for the long haul, guys.
Well, yeah, okay. So for me, from my perspective, is so when you're blogging, you're creating content that's out there forever, right? Your blog is out there, and depending on your keyword, whatever your keyword is that you have typed in that you're using, somebody else goes in and types in that keyword, and it's out there. It's up there. I blog about all kinds of different things. I blog about viral news. I blog about things that I'm passionate about. I got some blogs coming that are leadership based. I got all kinds of stuff in my little brain here. But so, for example, I had a couple blogs about the Pope, and when I went back and I looked at my Google Analytics, I got a lot of hits on that. Now, you might think, well, the Pope, that's just short-term stuff, but people are going to be Googling the Pope and what happened with the Pope and why did the Pope step down and all that for a long time, and my blog's going to pop up and people are going to read it and people are going to click on those links. So for the long-term residual marketing, it's always there. It's always out there. So that's something that I'm not going to have to go back and redo. So I've got, like, right now, I think I've got over 200 blogs that are done.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's something, they say blog daily in the 8 core commitments. A blog daily, listen to audio, market. And it basically boils down to blog, tell someone, earn money. It comes down to those 3 things, right? So Laura is the master at marketing, right? And we all want to earn money, and I agree with that. But my focus, and really the reason that I got busy in Empower Network, is blogging. I wanted to get my voice heard, and like I wrote a blog, a really controversial one, 6 weeks or so ago, about gun control after the not Sandy Hook. I always want to say Sandy Hook. The Newtown thing happened. I wrote about gun control and how I think gun control. You know, a lot of people were talking about gun control and how it goes back to this, that, and the other thing, and I tied it back into parenting and why you should take kids off of the video games and other things, right? You can do all kinds of things with it's your blog, it's your voice, right? Do whatever you want with it. Blogging, and if you have a side business, let's say you have a hair salon or a restaurant, or maybe you sell Pampered Chef products. I don't know. Blog about that. Blog about the specials in Pampered Chef, whatever. It's all out there. You can put it out there. That's your marketing for your products, for your business, whatever it is. You can get your blog out there. You can get your word out, and it's out there. It's free for you. And if you just buy the basic blog, it's so easy to use. It's just all set up for you. And I did, like Laura said, I did the 3 videos that say, here's how you set up your blog, and if you follow those videos, it's really easy to get your SEO score up. So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, that's great. That's really great, because a lot of people don't even know what a blog is. I didn't know what a blog was. I'm like, I'm making a lot of money. I don't even know what a blog is, but I'm going to do it, right? And I did, so that's okay. But seriously, you know, when I thought about blogging, I was like, well, you got to, because I thought about, what's that movie, Julie and Julia, where that lady like blogged about Julia Childs, and she wrote, you know, and did a recipe every day, and all she was doing was blogging, right? And she became very famous. But like, to me, the thing, for those of you who are like completely clueless to what we're talking about out there, because I was one of those people, so I know there's some of you out there, right? And you say, well, what do you mean blogging? What do you mean get seen? Okay, well, what we mean by that, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm like new at this, right? What we mean by that is, like, anytime anybody wants to know something about anything, what do? They go to google.com. And when you go to google.com, you type in whatever you want to know, and a bunch of articles pop up, right? Well, that's what we're talking about when you blog, okay? When Empower Network's blogging platform was built with Google authority, okay? So if you put the proper keywords in your blogs, okay, and you get good SEO ranking, which is search engine optimization, okay, then that means your blog is more likely to come up, or your answer, you know, whatever somebody types in, if it is marked with your keywords, is more likely to come up at the top of the page, which means people's going to see your stuff. So, for example, I have kids, and, you know, I could write a bazillion blogs about kids, but I could say how to wean your baby from a pacifier. If I wanted to write a blog about how to wean your kid from a pacifier, I could mark that blog with keywords like binky, because binky is another word for pacifier, weaning, babies, you know, all things like that, okay, all things baby related. And so hopefully what would happen is I could write a blog about how to wean your baby from pacifier, and then at the end of that blog, you know, I could tie in Empower Network, since I don't work any other business, right, and say, hey, by the way, if you want to make money blogging like I do, just by writing about things you enjoy, like how to wean your kid from a pacifier, click here. And that's how you get people to join. So that's how you tie Empower Network and getting people to sign up to what you're doing blogging. So when people say to me all the time, well, what do you blog about? I don't understand how you make money blogging. That's why I say you can blog about whatever you want, because you really can blog about anything in this world while the sky's blue if you feel like it. And then all you're doing at the end of your blog is just tying in at the bottom, hey, by the way, if you liked what I wrote, you know, or whatever, if you want to do the same thing I do and make money from home, just sign up here, and then you get other people to sign up for Empower Network too. It's really that easy, okay? But, you know, that's what we're talking about, longevity, because I can guarantee you eons and eons after I leave this good earth, people are still going to be going to google.com and asking how to wean their baby from a pacifier, okay? So that's what Jill is talking about, longevity, okay, and for the long haul, because once you put it out there, it's always out there. People are going to Google, you know, how to wean your baby from a pacifier, like she's talking about the Pope. You know, what happened to the Pope? Why did the Pope step down? You know, that's going to be part of history. People are going to Google that, okay? It will always permanently be there. So that's the importance of blogging. I mean, you can market like me all day long and get it now, okay? But because Jill has over 200 blogs out there, she's going to have it coming in all the time. Okay, she can still market like I market. She knows how to market like I market because she's had the training, right? But she also has the blogs out there that are just going to always be there, and people are always going to find them, always going to see them, and those are always going to bring her signups too. So I really wanted to thank you, Jill, for talking about blogging and the importance of it, and kind of like break it down for dummies like me. Can understand, like, you know, what is a blog? What do I blog about? How does that fit into Empower Network? And really all you do at the end of your blog is say, hey, you know, if you want to do what I do, click here and sign up, and you can, you know. So it's really about getting people to work from home so they can change their lives, because it's obviously changed all of ours. I mean, we have a college professor on the line here who has a week left of work, and she basically told her job, the college, to go shove it because she's going to work in Empower Network full time. You know what I'm saying? Like, how cool is that? $300,000 education. Boom.
Yay, Nessie.
I'm going to work for Empower Network.
So excited. I can't tell you. Oh my God. I cannot wait. I just want to do it. I mean, it's funny because we're like Team No Sleep, and people are like Team No Sleep. I'm like, it's not like a requirement. You can actually sleep. And it's funny because when I say on Facebook, I'm going to bed, people are like, but you're Team No Sleep. I'm like, no, I do have to sleep. But, you know, a lot of us don't sleep that much because we love what we do so much that we almost are kind of glued to the computer. And even when I do sleep, my head just like runs and runs with ideas and all the things, like my new signups, I gotta talk to this person, and it's all exciting things that I can't go to bed.
What do we do? What do we do when we get in bed? Do we get in bed and go?
We get in bed with our phones. I get in bed with my phones.
Oh yeah,
my friends
the
are
famous iPhone.
The phone, like. No, seriously, guys. Here's the real deal. I gotta say this. Look at Will, right? I gotta say this because this is crucial. A lot of people are like, "I'm not joining your team because it says you can't sleep, and I have to get 8 hours of sleep." And I'm like, "No, you guys are killing me. Like, really." Here's the short story behind that. Okay, the bottom line is, I've never slept. I never have slept. It has nothing to do with this business, okay? It has nothing to do with having to work 8 million hours to make money, okay? I've never slept. Plus, I have 2 toddlers, so at night it's quiet for me. I don't have them in my ears, right? I got a 2 and a 5-year-old, so parents out there can understand that. So anyway, the whole Team No Sleep name came from the fact that anytime a team member would message me on Facebook, whether it be 2 in the afternoon, 5 in the afternoon, 8 in the evening, 10 at night, midnight, 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, I usually get back to them within like 15 or 20 minutes, right? So they kind of coined me and said, you must never sleep because you always answer our question like day or night. Whenever we ask, you're Johnny on the spot and you're answering our questions. So that's where Team No Sleep came from, because my team thinks I never sleep because I'm always there to answer their questions. It's not a requirement. But like Nessie said, this is very addicting. It's very addicting, especially when you go through the Elite Facebook Mastery Training and you learn just how to get leads to walk to you. Like, boom, I got leads. Boom, I got leads. I got 60 leads. And it's funny because in our group we do little contests. And you know how on your Facebook, how up there on the top it has the little notification bar, and then it's got your little messages, then it's got your little friend requests. What they'll do is they'll do little screenshots, and like Nessie will be like, hey, I got 30. It'll be noon. Nessie will be like, I got 36 friend requests. And then Patrick will come on and he'll be like, yo, I got 48. What you got, Jennifer? And Jennifer will pop up. She's like, I got 86. And then I'll pop up and I'll be like, I got 132.
I know, she always wins.
Parrish. What about Laura Parrish? They're like, you don't count because you've been doing this for a long time, right? But it's exciting.
No, you don't count.
It's exciting and it's fun when you have a passion and you love what you do, because you've got all these people coming to you wanting to change their lives the way you've changed your life. But yeah, the Team No Sleep thing, I will sign off if you guys see me. I'm like 5:30 in the morning, I need to go sleep for an hour, right? So I like sign off. I walk upstairs with my phone, I get in bed, and I turn my phone on. And then like I start answering. People are like, good night, you know, I'm like, good night. And they're like, we know you're still awake because you're responding to our good nights. And I'm like, I'm in the bed. Doesn't that count? So
No.
it's just so fun.
Nessie, you said goodbye 3 hours ago. I'm like, I know, but I just
So I'm in bed, like, working, because it's awesome, guys. It really is. I swear. I love it. My husband will tell you I love it. He's like, you ever gonna come to bed again? I'm probably not. I have to, like, schedule date nights with husband because I don't ever go to bed.
Oh my God, true story. I was at Laura's house this weekend because she's been flying me out to her house to work on some special stuff for our team that we're putting together, some special training and stuff just to get everybody organized and on track, and you know, all instead of having different videos from Jill over here and from Nessie over here and Laura over here, we're putting it all together. And so she's been flying me out. No joke. I'm like, Laura, I need to go to bed. She's like, Nessie, you look tired. I'm like, Laura, I need to go to bed. And I hear something. I'm like, what is that? She goes, that's my husband waking up. He's about to go to work. And I'm like, oh, that sucks.
It was. And she was like, I'm going to bed. I said, no, you're not going to bed. She said, yes, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, it gets to a point where I'm like, good night.
You guys are too funny.
It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and my husband's like, comes in and kisses me. He's like, have a good day. And I'm like, have a good day. And my daughter's getting up in an hour for school, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's fun.
But other people sleep. We allow people. I'm the only one that Laura doesn't let actually sleep. Everybody else is allowed to sleep if they need to.
I let her sleep. She gets cranky. She's no fun cranky.
I do get cranky. Okay. Well, I think on that note, we should probably let people get back to their evenings because it's 9 o'clock here Eastern time. They might want to go to bed because it's a weeknight. So I think we'll say good night. So good night to everybody, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys.
Good night.
Make sure you
bye.
whoever brought you to this call to sign up if you want to sign up. If Nessie brought you to this call, get her link, sign up. If I brought you to this call, get with me, get my link, sign up. Jill, get her link, sign up. Beth, I think you're on here. Get her link, sign up. Will Pena, get his link, sign up. Jennifer Papadamato's son had a meltdown and had to go. We all know how that is. So if Jennifer brought you to this call, please get her link and sign up, guys. But join Team No Sleep. This is your call to action. Take your credit card or your debit card out of your wallet. It's $25 for the basic blogging system, $19.95 for the affiliate system, $44.95 a month. Sign up right now. Be on the train that's left the station, all right? You guys heard it firsthand from David Wood last night on the Empower Hour, all right? We're not joking. We're going to be on stage in Chicago. We want you there with us. So thank you so much. No sleep, hashtag. Thank you for joining us. And have a great night. Bye-bye.